again. I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas loupé nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il a quoi qui j'ai loupé presse. L'Amérique n'a pas loupé. T'as mon bien de moi avec moi au Indé. En ce moment, on va battre au moins néo. Mon temps dit est à mon mouillé. On s'est battu pour moi dit toi. Toi, avec la locale yo. Quand on soit du loin, allez, envoyez. Battu au loin. Yao, abela lokeyo, bibito jobai, bibito noba, martis mokeyo, manga Gigi, ouais peut jamais forcer ou, si tu connais tu connais. L'animateur Choco Noska Yassin de Toyebi, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniche les deux.
Corruption is a cancer. Is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Amunda weja ogenda o, obati amunda weja ogenda, oskide kozi do na lo. Membo ogenda o, abela we mo. Ode abati o. Si obati o mo ogenda o, we tell you when it's yade. Yeah, Daniko.
Good evening. Good evening, folks. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in to Liberian Public Radio. We say thank you. We appreciate it. It's a wonderful thing to be here again this evening. Safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you. I'm having some audio problem right now. Let me just fix it, and I can go on with my prayer. So let me quickly fix that.
Libéa, le cabaret la moisse rabilo, l'Amérique parlo. C'est autisme-ma, encore une autre fidèle. L'Amérique a pas bloqué nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il a quoi que j'ai vu plein de l'Amérique a pas bloqué. T'as mon bien de moi avec moi, en ce moment, on va battre au moins, néo. Mon temps d'hier est à mon ça va bien faire moins vite, ouais. Tu là, l'occasion, yo. Quand on soit du loi, allez, envoyez, attire le loi.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to be watching for that from time to time. And one other thing that I need to do here, I think. Okay. All right. So one other thing that I need to do here very quickly. Okay. That's right. I'm okay. Good evening, folks. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy holiday to all of you. Let's continue with the prayer. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again for the possibility of us being here. Because of you, we are here. You made everything possible for us, and we want to thank you. We want to thank you, my Lord, because with you in the driving seat, everything will happen. As long those of us that believe in you, as long we continue to come to you and praise you in a public manner like this, and come and pray to you for whatever it is we're asking. Please, my Lord, help us, and have our prayer to be answered. It is very important that we come out here in public manners such as this to pray and ask if we have done anything that was forgiveness. We ask you for forgiveness. And we'll also come out here and ask you to help us achieve whatever it is that we're trying to achieve in life. We ask you also to bless us, guide us in whatever it is that we're trying to do, my Lord. Because it's very important with your blessing that we continue to prosper in this life. My Lord, we ask you to bless the Republic of Liberia. My Lord, we ask you to bless the people of the Republic of Liberia. My Lord, we ask you, because we're here in the diaspora because of your. We're here in the diaspora because working and whatever are poured on us. And so we will continue to pray to you and ask you to continue to guide us. Guide us. Give us the energy. Give us the ability to continue, so that we will help our brothers and sisters back home. Those of us that got brothers and sisters that are going to school, Because of the opportunity you give us here, we will be able to pay school fee, help with food, help with rentage, whatever it is we have to do for our brothers and sisters. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. Thank you for giving us such a huge responsibility. You always say, there's nothing I will give you if you can't handle. Everything I give you is me giving you the power to handle it. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. You are wonderful. You are wonderful. And to those who don't know you, we ask that they will come and try to understand that, yes, to reverence. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Again, we want to ask that the Republic of Liberia is in your hand. We place the people of the Republic of Liberia in your hand. We ask for the blessing of the incoming government. We ask for the blessing of the outgoing government. We ask that there is a clear understanding as they're going to be switching places so that the continuation of our country moving forward process does not stop with one person. My Lord, we ask that you continue to bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yeah. We long be Washington, but today's spoon, I will not even look, I will not do anything. First I will start. We long be watching a platform and things like that. But this one today, those of us that truly believe, they think for my mom. And I pray. But here's the interesting thing here about this. This is where we're going to know what our ambassador, this is very unique. This is, and I really, really appreciate this. Because if anybody out there that have doubt about the ability of Ambassador Walker to lead, this is the thing that will clear your doubt. If we see John Monroe push out, then we know when that country, Liberia, is going nowhere. If John Monroe is forced out or set aside, then we know this country is not going anywhere. But as long as they have John Monroe on board, this country is going to move. And I'm so happy this afternoon to be able to watch John Monroe display his ability to understand and do it with integrity. You know, when I come out here and start talking about, oh, I Samson from Town. I went to school. I did 5 years, this, that, whatever degree, whatever. I'm going to come pay for job. I would never do it. This, today, what John Monroe displayed on Spoon really show that yes, indeed, education does pay. Yes, experience matter. Because what he has demonstrated tonight, simply to say to Ambassador Baka and the rest of the people, I know my job. And if I'm coming in, these are the conditions. And I think any professional, anybody who has the professional that want to join Ambassador Baka, you have to specific condition because they are going there to help the Republic of Liberia. And if you're sure of yourself, you have to set your condition. Because from the Secretary General explanation, they're not quite ready. They want to play, but John Monroe is not about to play with them. Oh, listen to the last one. When he asked how the list came about, they said, oh, Joe, we said we're going to have a meeting by 11 o'clock. So we jump up. What? I was laughing. I was on the floor laughing. So if you know your job, you have to set condition. I'm not going to go take a job, which I'm not going to anyway, but to compromise not only my ability to work, but to compromise myself I have a similar situation. There's a project. I keep telling you guys that I work on the project. I work on the project. So the owner, he's saying, Samson, just put something together during the construction phase. That one we're going to design and no, that's not how I do it. And interestingly, the guy who's supposed to be reviewing the drawing lives here in Florida. He's an engineer. And I'm working here in California. I should put my name on a piece of paper for a guy that's going to review here in Florida. And that paper going to show that I did not follow the international standard that is set for design. You know what you're going to do? You will call here and say, your guy wants something to over and kind of put together. I keep getting serious trouble. So I'm not about ready to do that. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. If I'm not going to be allowed to develop this and follow the international standard in terms of the geometrics, in terms of the roadway, in terms of the profile, what is required of me, the minimum, if I cannot, and if I'm not going to be allowed to develop the minimum, I don't need it. This is what John Monroe has done tonight. He told her, you want me to do? Yeah, I don't mind working because I'm a Liberian. We all want the best for the country. But we should start setting standard now from ourselves. You can't just go over there and say, oh, the people coming. You heard what John Monroe said? You put my knee on the list with no term of reference. I know where my other friend, I don't want to call him, I know where he was tonight. He said, yeah, I'm not alone. Those are the kind of team, my friend that I always tell you guys about. One day I will bring him on air. He's like that. You go and do that kind of stuff for people who have shady character, and you want them to be part of this process. Why is that? You want to tell me you can't find somebody in Liberia or even outside of Liberia that perhaps has a better character, that better represent many Liberians. You're going to pick friends and if Ambassador Baka, even if John Monroe not doing anything, John Monroe must be there to open your eyes and be the eyes of the people. What? It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Oh, but I truly enjoy him. Those of us that consider ourselves professionals in whatever it is that we do, but we are professional in eating goat. So I don't know anything else. But this is the way you have to establish. Simple. There's no two-way street about it. So John Monroe saying Ambassador Baka agrees with him that they're going to set up a vetting process. If I Samson want a job and I apply for a poo-poo cleaning job and I say I got a degree in that, I must be able to provide the information so they can go to my former university and say the Samson X, Y, and Z, did he graduate? And did he graduate with this type of grade point that he say he had? Or did he finish? And whatever certificate, whatever professional certificate that I have, they go and check that out. The Samson took this test, he passed this test, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. Then if they say yes, and I'm employed, I sit down there and tell you, say, move this thing. You don't move it, you get out. You think I come to come fool around with you? Because I'm not there begging for the job. I'm not begging for the job. That will say to you, I got this job based on merit. And if I'm in a construction area and they're building a road and they're doing it wrong, I will tell them this is wrong, it's unacceptable. Based on my experience, and I've already been vetted, you go to the president comes to me and says, but Mr. Toh, those are my interests. Take your interest and your job, your goal. I'll go somewhere else. You just want to compromise myself because of friendship? Unacceptable. Oh, I really love John Monroe tonight. It just showed to me that the better days of Liberia are way ahead of us. There's no question asked. Yes, yes, the better day of our country is way ahead of us. And I think some of us can go to bed, but how many John Monroe we have around Ambassador Baka? I know one other person, but that person is like that. But how many of those people that will stand their ground to say, Uncle, you said you were going to do this. If you want to help us to move this country forward, you have to stick with it. You have to stick with it. You say you're not coming for corruption, and we see you already, you're not into that. You have declared your assets. I'm saying in the future, now. You have declared your assets, and everyone that comes into this government have already declared their assets. So I think, Ambassador Bakai, we have to stick with it. Those who are not qualified, if they have friends in here who are putting them on the list, and you heard what John Monroe said? He said, they packed the list with so friends. What kind of business is that? They're starting already. And the like of John Monroe, if I was President Baka, I would not even let John Monroe work from America. He will work from, before the people poison him over there, he will work from America and demand that people do their work and do it efficiently and do it correctly. What kind of business is this? Since 19 we can't even move. When it rains, people can't even walk in the city of Monroe. I'm going to do this. Thursday, I'm going to go to the other software, so I can show you Ivory Coast. They got Google Earth, the street, Google Earth Street. They have it in Africa. They have it in Congo. They have it in Ghana. They have it in Rwanda. So I can show you. They also have it in Liberia. So I can show you those little places. So you will compare. When will we move? When will we move? It happened before I turned this. I spoke with a young man today, and I'm going to bring him on here, a young electrical engineer. And he was telling me some story. Unbelievable what I heard. Unbelievable what I heard. I told him, I said, you're making my blood boiling. I'm getting upset. The electrical grid that come from Ivory Coast, that come to Liberia, I don't call it, the LEC, they have given warning to Liberians that they're going to now ration. In other words, they're going to cut back on the electricity being supplied to the Liberian people, specifically in Monroe area. And the guy was telling me, he told me, and it makes sense. He said the supply that is coming from Ivory Coast is plenty. But those that are in control of the electrical grid, the government, refuse to put in more a facility that will transport the electrical current to places. And because the government have not invested in that, they are now going to say they want to ration how much supply they give to the citizens. It's not because they don't have it. It's there. So I asked him. I said, is it because it's not there? He said, plenty. They don't use it, so Sierra Leone take it. They don't use it, so Ghana take it. Yeah? The man was telling me today. I said, what? He said, I'm telling you, I will bring him on. I will bring him on. He said, electrical engineer. I will bring him on. And Cesar is going to be part of that conversation, by the way. So if these people have this kinds of ability, he told me, he said, you got one coming through Town, going to Zedru. You got one coming through Plebo, coming to Maryland from Ivory Coast. He said that the way he explained to me, he made it so. I'm an engineer. Yeah, I did little electrical and things like that. I can only do take it from the pole and bring it in the house. That's all I can do. But he told me today, on a larger scale, he said, you see, you in road business. When you have a highway, don't you have off-ramp and on-ramp? He said the same thing. He said these people have these electrical grid. And you know what the grid was? I tell you, I just not gonna know. It's a substation. My goodness, my people. My goodness. Why are we so wicked to ourselves? Why are we so wicked and we want to take leadership of the Republic of Liberia? Unacceptable. He said the president came in, President Weah came in, and people thought that he was going to improve building facility, putting light posts and everything, so that the electrical grid can be able to supply the entire. He said we have enough to supply. He said the grid in Grand Bassa County in Buchanan is about 50% capacity than White Plain. So if you have that, why are people in Buchanan? Some people don't have light. Wickedness. Yeah, man. What kind of business is this? Eh? Our own will just be on the platform every day. Oh, we need to improve. Oh, then we don't improve. No. I told you last night, I was supposed to be doing something like this. I don't know whether you can see it, sir. And because of plenty of light, you can see. Okay, that's fine. But I have this board. I have a bigger one for me to do road design here so people can see what are things involved in terms of design and what are the processes involved. But then I thought to myself, if I start doing that with the incoming government, many Liberians, gonna say, oh, Samson told looking for a job. That's why you doing all that thing for. So I said, no, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not looking for a job. But I think I'm gonna go back to that. And I will ask Cesar Goya, since he's the electrical engineer as well, if we can do some sort of a technical presentation every other week to enlighten people in these different, if we can find electrical engineer to be part of this, fine. If we can find more civil, that's fine. If we can find mechanical, that's fine. If we can find industrial engineer, but engineers, conversation. And I will be reaching out to Liberian engineers in Liberia, where they will be giving us a person every time we have a show. Because these kinds of conferences need to be held. Why is that? Why is that? John Molu conversation tonight on Spoon really shook me up. People are just inherently corrupt. Eh? He said the chairman, Unity Party, I don't know whether the chairman, the man say, we will walk up and say, you corrupt, go to any office. He said, no. John Molu said, that's not what happened. But first of all, before I John Molu, I am a Liberian. So if somebody called me and said the entity, there's other institution, there's massive corruption going on right now. And if I have that information, I will pass that information on to reputable authority that are responsible to make sure these things are stopped. And that's exactly what he did. That wrong. He must get that information and say, oh, because we'll wait until the inaugural time. And what kind of wickedness is that? Eh? What kind of wickedness is that? You know, Mark Zuckerberg, thank you. Thank you. The Facebook, we will use this Facebook, not in a negative form, cussing, none of that stuff. But we will use this Facebook platform to educate our brothers and sisters. I don't even think going home to work and think that is sufficient. Because when you go home to work, you focus. But here, you can talk about different subject matter, bringing people that will contribute to the different subject matter. What is this? What is this? Analysts, Mr. Imam George, all the analysts, LPR, Christmas over now. You hurry on, come. Terry, Christmas over. The liberals say you need to come on because this is a juicy show tonight. So let me go back. Because on a very serious note, Ambassador Bakai needs to hold on to. I can see some serious split in a unity party-led government. There's no question asked. Because there will be those people that want to cover it up. And John Molly will say no. I'm not covering nothing. We will expose everything. Interesting thing gonna happen. Interesting thing. John Molly is going to be an employee. So that like the vice president, the president, they have the power to say, John Molly, we don't need your service anymore. And when that happens, then y'all know we're going back to square one. Then y'all know we're going back to square one. If they keep John Molly out, because at first, when I started listening to John Molly, I said, why would he talk about his other colleagues like this? You know? Then he started explaining. The people make out the list. It took them 1 month to make out the list. So when they make the list, they didn't even tell me until a week ago. And when they told me, I said, what's the term of reference? What am I supposed to do? Why my name is on here? You didn't inform me. You didn't call me. John Mono has to protect his own reputation as well. You think that for your business, the man coming to come drag his knee in the mud? I beg you, man. The man is respected all over the world. Because your corrupt behavior business, that's what the man wants. You put the man in without him questioning. So if Ambassador Baka keeps John Mono, this country honor Ambassador Baka. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. If they keep John Mono on this Ambassador Baka government, this country is moving forward. If these people, because John Mono will make sure that they will not be successful to put Ambassador Baka in a bubble. They will not be, they can't leave John Mono behind, and John Mono will not allow them to put Ambassador Baka in a bubble for them to get control. It's not going to happen. John Mono will fight. So what is the best way? Like what the man started tonight. He want this incoming government to have enemy. Business we're talking about? The enemy business we're talking about? The enemy business we're talking about? The man is telling you somebody giving credible information. He passed the information on to what is that? What is that? What kind of business is this? If Ambassador Baka allowed these people to push John Mono aside, we're done. Then no hope until maybe the next. Can you imagine? Oh, I was thinking tonight. Oh yeah, John Mono he read me one day. Can you imagine having the likes of John Mono and Alexander Cummings in the same government? Will not even wait for 6 years for Liberia to be straightened. You heard what John Mono said today? He said, you broke, you got fasting. Then you're going to go back. Instead of you to say, okay, yeah, I'm broke, but I can make my own living. Then you're going to, I eat whole deal. I eat anything. The person will get you 1 cup of rice, you will eat. But you go there, even though you're hungry, you dress with nectar, suit. You walk to the bank. Say, bank, I want some money. I got a business. Even though your business, you know you broke. I got something I want to bank look at it. Say, that man look credible. Yeah, okay, what do you want? Y'all give me $100. They'll not get you a cup of rice. They'll get you money. So John Mono is saying, you go to World Bank and you're appealing to World Bank to help you. But you're telling them that you're a fragile nation. Your nation is a fragile nation, just coming from war. That you play the people want to invest. You can't even manage yourself. You're coming from war, more put money in there. What happened with Walker? How will we get by our money? You think the people stupid? You think the people stupid? So you heard what John Mono, man? Yeah, John Mono. I will try, but I know you and I want to call my show. But this is the kinds of stuff. He said you go to IMF and say, look, this is the kind of budget we have. We have over $1 billion budget. We want more money. You don't go begging him with slip underneath. Terry, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Let me bring Terry on quickly. I see you yesterday. Thank you. Eh? He said you go to World Bank and you asked him, I need money. And the way you present yourself, he said you go suit up. When you go there with t-shirt, we are fresh out nation. We need something to other people respect you. That's some near people go there with attitude. I say, yeah, okay. People they come here, they're begging, they know they ain't got anything, but they got attitude, we'll help them. Okay? Those are the kind of thing we're talking about. If Ambassador Baka allowed these people to push John Monroe aside, then we know we have problem. Terry, come in. Good evening.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening, Mr.
What's on your plate, sir?
Yeah, you already hitting the nails on the head. I think that is a breaking news tonight from what we just saw, and witnessed on the Spoon Talk with John Molu. Yeah, I think this guy is something that Liberians need to look at. All right, I think if we have about 10 of him in the society, Liberia will change. But yeah, so the transitional team is well on course. But what my disappointment was, do we have to fight before the transitional team give us update on what is really going on? I don't know. Do we have to fight? Do we have to fight before the transitional team really give us information as regarding the nitty-gritty of what really going on? Because our it seems like to say John Molu had to go on there and say some things in order for the likes of Amos Twer and Mo Ali to come up and say something. But like I always said, that I don't know Amos Twer, but there is something about the guy that I don't know. But yeah, he's not. I don't understand. I may be too fast to speak, and I don't want to be fast to speak, but I think Ambassador Boyka having John Molu on the team have brought to the team a whole level of integrity, transparency, and accountability. And that is what Liberians are looking forward to see. All right. If having Gerald, there were several things that he made mention of on that thing that I really took cognizance of. Like one of the things he said is that appointing people were all informing them. You appoint people were all informing them. All of a sudden, the president just hear the name on the radio that you deputy minister for so and so. Or the president see the name in the newspaper. You minister for so and so ministry. I don't think that is appropriate. If you want somebody to work in your government, you have to call the person, ask the person if they can, because especially people living in the diaspora, ask the person, yeah, man, I want to employ you to so and so place. I want you to come over to work with me. Talk with them first and know whether if they can do it. Then you write them an official letter, and then you can announce them. But and when you're announcing them, you got to make it aware. They should be aware of what's going on. So you don't just jump out and just appoint somebody or call the person name, because previously we had a discussion, and in the discussion we had, I said, "Oh my man, yeah, I want you to work in my government." But then after maybe 1 month you left and went, then you just all of a sudden I hear my name. Are you even informing me as a, oh my man, yeah, I want you to work on this team. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Are you even informing me ahead of time? So you put me in a very difficult position, because I'm established here. I have family and all of that. What I need to prepare myself to go back home. I need to do all the kind of things. I need to prepare myself for the job. I need to be mentally stable. I need to be ready for the job. So I think that is very important, to not just abruptly announce people or informing them ahead of time, especially those living in the diaspora. All right. And that should go across the board, even in Liberia too. If you have people that you do, they shouldn't be waiting to see their name in something. And then he also talk about vetting. All right, vetting is good. The only problem I have with vetting is that you know, if you use vetting is good, but not that quite good for Liberia to some extent, because when it comes to governmental position, the president, especially when you electing your cabinet, you need people that you know and people that you can trust. All right. So for that era, I already have a little bit, because if it's an advanced society like America, Europe, and other places, you can establish a vetting, you know, stuff. But equally so, he says something that I agree with, that you gotta, you know, you gotta also know whether if the people that you enlisting are competent for the job. And I think that is one of the problems we have. You know,
Yeah.
you just appoint people because you know that the person, they ran your campaign, they supported you, even though they're not qualified, they're not competent or anything, you just employ them. No. If I'm not competent, if I don't have the credential, I don't know the work, do not employ me. I think that is one of the reasons why we're having problems today with Liberia leadership. You know, we employ people. We got a lot of people even in the house that don't even know what to do. You know, so I think that is a serious deficit, and that also can lead to corruption, because if the person do not know what to do on the job, even the people who work under him will steal from him, because the people knows that he don't know what he's doing. So
Right.
even if he himself is not corrupt, his
So
staff,
I
you know.
agree with you. I
So there
think
are so many things.
the issue tonight with Terry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm hearing you. Clear.
Okay. All right. For me, the issue tonight was that John Bonlo really, really drove it home for me.
Right.
If Ambassador Bakai, in 1 or 2 months, or even 3 months, that John Bonlo say, "Oh, I resign," or even a year, and John Bonlo say, "You know, oh, because of other private engagement, I no longer," the country going nowhere. That means they were successful in putting Ambassador Bakai in a bubble. But
Right.
if John Bonlo stays for the 6 year, this country will be better.
I think so too.
This country, because you saw the Secretary General came in and was kind of angry.
That's what I'm saying.
And, you know, because in this type of stuff, there's no reason to be angry.
No.
If John Monu saying something that you think is not right, you try to correct him, and then you'll move on. But now you start bringing, the men want also go and accuse people of stealing. Who told you that? And John Monu came back. He said, somebody gave me information. An institution
Yeah.
were crafting and were carrying on a massive corruption. And based on that information, I passed that information on to the reputable institution that are responsible for that. And they, in fact, stopped that corrupt behavior. When you beside him being on a transitional thing, he's a Liberian.
Definitely.
And we hope that any one of us that come up with this kind of information, you should be able to protect the interest of the country.
Right.
So when I heard the Secretary General making this kind of statement, I said, we're in trouble.
But
Then,
I told you about that guy. That guy.
what helped me a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
was, I think somebody called and told Mo Ali, you better
Yeah.
go over there and clean it up. So Mo Ali came in and cleaned it up. He didn't come in to defend the Secretary
No.
General.
Right.
To, in fact, to say the Secretary General right to say this thing because John Monu said this thing. He didn't do that. He came out to say these are the kinds of things that we're doing.
Right.
And in fact, we're doing our best. At the end, he thanked both of these gentlemen.
Definitely. And
So
that's what
he
you want to
came
do.
clean up. But John Monu didn't just back down. John Monu didn't back down. He told us that he had an agreement with Ambassador Bakai
Yes.
to say, I will help. But these are the conditions.
Right.
If anybody wants a job, the person must be vetted. Not because of experience and qualification, but in terms of education.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Terry, man. If
Yeah,
this
he was-
man
it
stay with Ambassador Bakai,
Yeah.
Ambassador Bakai gonna be the best, gonna even beat Ellen Tyne down.
But Pato, you know, that this guy just beginning. And that is the reason why they're going to be afraid of him. Even the Unity Party government, if they have this guy, if Ambassador Barker take this guy, they will be very much afraid of him because he's a one-man army. He don't care even about what Ambassador Barker will say and all of that. Once he on the job, he will carry on.
Terry. Keep talking,
he will
please.
carry on the work. He will carry on the work himself. He's not going to wait for you. Anywhere he sees that there is going to be some level of corruption or shitty, he's going to highlight it. He's not going to cover it up to say, oh, you know what? Let us discuss it behind closed doors. We can handle it before it go to the media, all of that. He's going to address it. And that was the reason why Ellen could not stand him. She had to get rid of him because she felt that he was bringing some level of disreptitude to her government. You know, so as a result, she decided to get rid of him. Or because I think the tenure got done and she did not extend it because the guy caused a lot of trouble in the government that she herself could not contain. He exposed the finance ministry. He exposed some big entities in her government when he audited them and highlighted those entities. And, you know, he declared her government to be the worst government ever.
The most corrupt.
The most corrupt government ever in the history of Liberia. So the GMB government, if they're really serious to fight corruption, they got to understand that these are the things. You got to understand that this is the kind of guy you want on your team. All right? A guy who will work independently, that will not compromise with your people because of friendship and all of that. A guy who is going to work in the interest of the people according to your own platform, according to things you say on VOA. You know, that this is not going to be a government. You got to differentiate a friendship, family, and management. You know, so we expect all of those things to happen. We expect all of those things to happen. You know, but what my concern also is that I think if President Weah had these kind of people around him, his government will have likely be a little bit different. People that are robust, people that can challenge, you know, the system. You need from every now and then, you need those kind of people. You need people around you like that will be able to challenge the system and engage you on one-on-one basis, you know. But something else John Madu said that shocked me. I don't know where the label gone. Okay, something. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Something else John Madu said that shocked me. He said Samuel 12 called him, you know, and told him some very important news and told him to call the LRA boss who just died on October now or something. And when he placed the call, it never went through. It was not answered. And then later on, the man answered. And then only to find out that the man was dead. No, and he didn't answer, but later on, they found out that the man was dead.
Yeah, he said Samuel to call him back.
Yes. So my thing is that what really going on? What is really happening, you know, behind the scene that we are not getting?
If I was Ambassador Bakai, I wouldn't let John Madu work from Monrovia. I would let John Madu stay right here in the United States and work. Because what's going on? You're quite correct. Yeah. What is happening? What is happening?
What's really going on? You know, I don't know.
What is
because
happening?
you just called the man to talk to the man about money business and all of that, and directed the man to a source. And then the source, the man begin to call the same day. After a few minutes, the man died. Then you call him back to tell him that, oh, the man died. Something I don't get it. What's really going on? And this man is from LRA, the same place all the other auditors. I don't really get it because, you know, I think Liberia really need people that will stand up for what is right. People that will challenge the system. That is what Liberia need. Because to be honest with you, I see a lot of people that coming back into government. Some of them have been out of government for long and they're coming back. Some of them have not been in government. If they don't have somebody like John Molu to really be on the back, I see Liberia going back shortly, slipping back to the former state. Even though Ambassador Boyka is an honest man, but if your entourage is not the same way you are as a leader, it becomes very difficult for you to work.
But this is why the like of John Monu comes in, the like of, and I'll call his name, the like of Sir Johnny comes in, because Sir Johnny shoot straight. I know him well. He
Okay.
just like John Monu. And you guys, they don't, because they know their job. So they are not quite ready for compromise. They are not quite, because I have attended so many conferences with Sir Johnny from Rhode Island. I've attended so many conferences with Colley, okay, who was then president of Rhode Island Liberian Community Organization at the time. So when we go to these conferences, these guys demand that the EULA or whoever is hosting this must be transparent. They never fail that. So I don't believe that they come this far to now go back into things as usual. So I think John Monu appearance, if Ambassador Bakai allow these people, forget it. We're going when and I would say if they push John Monu aside, the government of Ambassador Bakai is going to be worse than the government of President Weah. There's no question.
Definitely. Because you see,
if they keep John Monu, you know, John Monu is not going to compromise. This is the interesting thing that people need to understand. John Monu has a reputation all over the world, and he's not going to sacrifice his reputation because to satisfy a few friends. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do. And so for me now, John Monu has been a lightning rod for those of us who believe in transparency, those of us who believe that, yes, indeed, Ambassador Bakai has the ability to do this if we let him. But if people start coming in, like the Secretary General, he didn't do himself a good deal tonight.
No.
Coming in there being angry was ridiculous. And it just showed that this man is not going to stand for the poor people. They are there for themselves.
But Libra, what we need to also look at too again is that the guy was getting angry with John Molu, that John Molu is trying to prevent corruption.
Yeah.
That is the one that really shocked me.
Yes.
He attacked the man with anger. And one of the reasons, and the only thing that came to my mind is that they could be trying to compromise underwater so that those monies, they can receive those money undercut so that the corruption can go on. And these people leave the government with huge amount of money and they act like to say they didn't know what was happening.
Yeah. Did you hear John Molu, the last statement, said to speak, the one he made? He said when he asked about a list, how did you guys come up with a list?
Yeah.
How did these people get on the list? And they told him, oh, Judge, we had a meeting at like 11 o'clock. And so we just quick put a list. I was on the floor. I was on the floor. Completely. What? You want to tell me you guys compiled a list based on the fact that Judge said I want meeting now?
11 o'clock.
Judge is controlling you, the opposition, the incoming government, I don't call it their own. Then we have nothing. Then our transitional team is weak. Simple as that.
Right.
But
and that is the point you were trying to make. That a transitional team is not working efficiently, apparently because the man is an auditor, so he's hearing about what is happening already in the economy. That these guys are trying to leave and they're leaving with huge amount of money, trying to take some money. He's getting the information, so he wants us to be able to tackle it, to arrest it. But apparently, the transitional team is somehow lackadaisical. Who knows? Maybe they are receiving something on our hand. I'm just guessing.
Well,
I didn't say it's a fact.
I don't think we should jump with our parachute from the Empire State Building tonight, Terry. Let us go. So, but overall, I think it's very interesting. And one other thing I want to say, and if I don't mind patting myself on the back, and then also tooting the horn of the late Councillor Bronsky. When we were here in the United States, we're still here, but when we had a meeting here in the United States during the 2011 election, Councillor Bronsky, they were going to stay in Liberia, but what he did was he asked those of us that were in the leadership committee, part of the leadership team here in the United States, Liberty Party, we were to come together and organize. And this is what I thought they already have that. The cluster team they have, I thought they already did that. Because before the convention that happened in Lofa County, 2011, during the election, there was a convention that was the Liberty Party convention was held in Lofa County, Vanyama. And the city of Vanyama had promised Liberty Party that they were going to use the city hall. When they got there, Ambassador Baka also went to Vanyama, and the city mayor switched. He said, no, I changed my mind. You're not going to use the hall. And it was raining that night. The reason I know all of this because I was also carrying the show live. A friend of mine who happened to be the president of Liberty Party USA, Philip Swart, was in Liberia at the time. And he was supposed to be my LPR liaison to have me have conversation with Councillor Bronsky, which we already planned, everything was planned. But it was raining so badly that we couldn't have the conversation with Councillor Bronsky at that time. And when we set to go, he said, okay, you're giving 2 minutes, and let me come on, put my stuff together, and we'll be ready to go. Just as he was coming on air, Julia Howard, who was then Senator Julia Howard, walked in. And at that time, they were looking for vice presidential candidate and things like that. So he told Mr. Swart, I won't be able to go on live because I have a visitor. So I talked to Philip Swart that night. He was a replacement, a very good person as well. But the thing that I want to talk about, Liberty Party, was what they did, they told us, all of those Liberty Party members, if you're a lawyer, put all your law people together. If you're an engineer, put all your engineers together and split yourself into the different discipline of engineering. And you guys come up with papers that they were going to combine, compile all of those discipline information. And that's was going to be part of the platform that was going to be presented during the Lofa County Convention of Liberty Party. However, we did all of that. I still have my own paper here that was put together by my engineering team. I have it, and one of these days I will read it. And we did that, but when they got there, Flanty Kofa was at the time chairperson. So he was ready to do all of that. But the group in Liberia, Liberty Party group in Liberia, they said they don't want to do that. So Flanty Kofa, who also happened to be part of us, but now he's living in Liberia, so his one foot is still here with us, and the other foot is in Liberia. So he's asked why. He said, no, we don't want that. So Flanty Kofa told them, well, these people always contribute. They pay money. They started laughing. So according to the story, somebody said in the meeting, I asked Flanty later, he said, no, they didn't say that, but I was saying, anyway, somebody in the meeting, we don't want their money, we don't want their participation.
Wow.
But the main thing is, I thought Unity Party already had that. I thought they already had all of those things nailed down, because you can't go to this thing thinking that you're going to lose.
Right.
They should have had their team picked up long time ago, professionals. And let me show you something here, Terry. Just give me a minute. I will call. What's my? Whenever I want it, I can't find it. But anyway, there's a guy that put this CDC Pro agenda together. I want to read his name out here. I don't want to just call it. I want to read his name. But he was part of Liberty Party at the time. Very smart man. Very smart. Very smart. But I thought those were the people, and when CDC put that their Pro agenda together, they went into the developmental agenda of Madam Salim and borrowed some stuff from there, which they consider carry over. In fact, they mentioned that in their Pro agenda. Okay. But the main thing, I thought Unity Party already had those things together. just to find out now they're still doing cluster. And now they're supposed to start working tomorrow. So if you're going to start working tomorrow, your group going to contribute. And most of the conversation that they're going to have, hopefully will be part of the developmental agenda that will be put together as being the agenda process that for 5-year agenda program, whatever it is. You're just starting now. You're just starting. You've been having an election all these months. You didn't know. Okay, so even if you thought you were not going to win, put it together anyway.
Right.
If you don't win, you don't use it. But this is how you avoid that process. But that's something else. As far as I'm concerned, Terry, I was also saying here that yesterday I had a program, very short one. Many of the LPR analysts decided to stay away because it was Christmas. So I'm waiting. He started writing already. Okay. Terry and Toll collaborating tonight. Okay, no, who cares for you? But anyhow, so as I said yesterday, and I was let me say again today. Some time ago, I said, okay, I'm going to have to do, even if it's once a week or even once a month, I will do what I call engineering program on LPR, based on my roadway engineering experience, construction experience, and try to show that. But I thought to myself that if I do that, most people would think, say, I'm looking for a job. So I'm not going to do that. And I canceled that. I think I made an announcement that I was going to be doing one-man show for 1 or twice a month. I canceled it because I don't want people coming here and think, oh, Mr. Todd, look for, so I canceled that.
But I don't think you were fair to the public to cancel the show because
no, I think I'm going to try again.
Because you're not looking for a job. You are equipped. Job looks for you. You equipped. And if you decide to even
the thing I thought was I don't want people to come and say, oh, they
what people will say. People will say anything anyway. Whether even they call you now, the people will say that all the thing you are doing is because you wanted a job and all of that. So any kind of way you do it, people will still talk. But you are equipped, and I think your expose is very vital for our country, especially in the state we're in right now. Right. You're not a small engineer, especially California. You work in California, one of the richest states in the United States of America.
I want to get paid $1 billion a year.
Leaving our job to go to Liberia is a service you go and do for us. We can pay you.
That's true too.
So I think it will be very good and expedient for you to come on here and show us your expose, as even our Sissy too. The other time when you have Sissy as a guest,
that's what I'm getting at.
I already admire his expose.
Just before I spoke with Sissy some time ago. There's a young person, a gentleman that I'm supposed to bring you on air here. He's an electrical engineer. So Sissy was also going to be with me when we have that program. But I spoke with this young man today before I turned to Spoon. And having had that conversation with this man, and then John Molu did that, it just blew my mind. Wickedness in our country, just for greed. It's unbelievable. This is what this young man told me. He worked for a reputable company here in the United States, big company, and he traveled all over the world. So he is well respected in his area as well. But this is what he told me. They have 3 grades right now in the South. In Grand Jidez, they have one in Plibo, and I believe they have one in River G area. And then they have some coming from the Nima side to come through as well. So what he told me was, the grade right now, LEC have given Liberians warning that they're going to rush now They're going to do some power rationing. So in other words, today they cut this side off, they turn it on a little bit. Tomorrow they cut the other side off. After a while, stuff like that. But he said there is no need. He said there is no need. He said when this government came to power, they had an agreement that Africa was going to supply the current, but the government was going to put in place facility that would transport the current to other places in Liberia. In other words, they were going to put power poles and all the kinds of stuff together. They never did that. So what was happening was the current that were not being utilized go to Sierra Leone or go to Guinea. And he told me one other interesting thing. He said, if you go to Liberia Regulatory, Electricity Regulatory, or whatever the name he called, if you go there and pay $50,000, you got a license. Then you go to SACCON that has the power to supply from Ivory Coast. You build your own grid, and then you can sell electricity as a private citizen. And I was thinking to myself, these people been taking money over and over. They got millions and millions that plus, and they can't come out with these kinds of ideas. Okay, they can't come out with these kinds of ideas so that they themselves, with that kind of huge amount of money, will be able to use that money and set the grid up themselves and then supply electricity to different communities. They can't do that. They rather take the money to a bank, foreign bank, stacks the money out there. The foreign bank take that same money and borrow back to Liberia. What is this? Wickedness in high places, my people. Wickedness in high places. And this is why I will bring this man on, and I'm also going to invite Sissy Goya to be part of that program. But anyhow, I'm going to be opening the line here very shortly. Those of you that want to contribute, please excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and sit down now so I can open the line. Samson told Liberian Public Radio. Let's see how much contribution you guys have tonight on this program. And
le père votre vignon. Cadeau! Baïmaoa! Abegnoa! En soit tout le pays Abegnoa. Moi, na kai kai. Fond de siate de Sébi. Zouzou!
Okay, that's the number if you want to be part of the conversation, 916-533-2048, and then we will put you through. So those of you that will have the opportunity to listen to Spoon tonight, specifically John Manu program tonight, call us and express yourself freely. But let me go on. So, okay. So let's continue. Oh, Terry's back. Okay. All right. Let me put Terry back up there. All right. So Terry, what's actually on your plate tonight anyway?
Well, from one view to another, you were just talking something very important about electricity when my light went off.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but it's important. I think the dam actually supposed to be able to supply 80,000 homes. From what I learned, that particular dam that was renovated by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government supposed to be able to supply 80,000 homes. And each of those homes supposed to carry, I don't know how many watts, which means at least an Xbox, air condition, video, TV, fans, appliances. But unfortunately for Liberia, each home don't have those kind of appliances. So that means that looking at it, the dam supposed to be able to for Liberia now, for the setting of Liberia, at least we can take over almost 200,000 homes, or maybe 150,000, because most of the homes there do not have those heavy appliances that require more current, you know. So because of that, that is what it is. But unfortunately, our dam is supplied by is controlled by the temple of the river that it sits on, which is the St. Paul River. So that river that runs, that St. Paul River, I think. So, but I really don't understand, if we have that much current to be able to supply other parts of Liberia, why is it not being used for our people in Liberia?
Well, that's what the guy was saying today. That yes, indeed, we do have the capacity. He said that the great in Buchanan, is about 50% of what is coming out of White Plain. So the question for me was, why then? Why is it that people in Buchanan, some people in Buchanan, do not have current 24 hours? You know?
But did he explain why it's happening that way?
Yes. He simply told me green and wickedness. I'm just paraphrasing that. He's much more professional than I am. So, but what I'm going to do,
I think I heard that 2 of the turbine is not working. I don't know if that is. I think I heard that 2 of the turbine is not working. I don't know if President Weah was able to repair it. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's been a while. I heard that the turbines were down, and I don't know if they fully repaired them. Somebody on the live can help us if they did with the information. But yeah, I think the issue of electricity in Liberia can be easily tackled. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf set the foundation. She set the pace for electricity in Liberia. But unfortunately, this government is not really able to manage it. I don't know why. And I heard that they got money captain, you know, he's the one there. But the last time I checked, he was trying to defend Samuel Twelve when Samuel Twelve said that we're supplying current to the other side of Liberia, to Ivory Coast.
Which is not true.
Yeah, which is not true, actually.
If you're supplying to Africa, that means the leftover things that you're not using, you're giving back to Africa. That's about it. Not you. You got nothing to give to Africa.
Yeah. But my concern really have to do with Ambassador Boyka's ability to take Liberia from where it is to where the Liberian people expect her to be. So I think that the other time, I think we're trying to spin our heads around it. But I don't know, in the first 100 days, what will be his major achievement? I'm already thinking about that. What would be his major achievement? Do he have a major goal to say, oh, this is what I'm planning to achieve? If even I do not achieve 100% of what I said I would achieve in 100 days, what will be the very thing that I am hoping to achieve in 100 days that will make Liberians to say, yes, we believe that Ambassador Boyka can change the trajectory of our country in the next 6 years. You know,
what I think will be the best thing for Ambassador Boyka to do within 100 days. Forget about this pavement, no car gonna get stuck, all that kind of stuff. It's best bet. Appoint people. If Ambassador Boyka appoint people that Liberians have trust in him, in them. If they appoint people that CDC have to go 20 years back to bring us story, then I think he would do well. Because right now, to say his 100 days, what exactly is he going to do within 100 days? Liberia does not have that capacity in terms of finances. So even if he wants to fix the road in 100 days, where's the money coming from? They don't have the money. So
well,
what he can do within 100 days is start the auditing process.
Yes.
As Monroe was saying, you don't need to bring foreigners. Use Liberian audit even if they're not in Liberia. Because, for example, if I'm an auditor, you take me from here to go to Liberia. I have a place over there to stay. I don't have to stay in a hotel. Even if I'm staying in a hotel, I will get my own food. I go to Town, get food from there, get one or two good from there. I eat, go to every time until I leave. You know. But if you take foreigner from here, you're gonna be paying a lot. So I think
Because
Pastor Bagai will do himself a great deal of favor and a great deal of transparency from his side if he picks people that will be credible in the eyes of the Liberian people. Then they're not going to question much. Then CDC will just be making big money. They got nothing on there. The best thing they will do is go by 20 years to bring a story about someone else. But if you start bringing, like, for example, the guy they were talking about tonight on that list, you guys know this pressing record. Why would you put somebody like that on the list? On the list of Ambassador Baka? Then you guys are not serious. You know, you got how many people on that list? Maybe let's just say 500. You got 5 million of Liberian. You mean you can't find some other person out of that 500? But somebody must be crooked person before. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
But let me take
So
this.
I think, yeah, go
Let me
on.
take your good friend. Why he left her? I'll call him back. Take him right now. Oh, hold on. I think I'm the one messing up. Hold on. Okay. Let me try to call him again. Oh, there we go. My fault.
Hello?
Yeah, caller. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, Mr. Toe, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, CDC.
And then Brother Terry, Merry Christmas to you as well.
Terry said Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, brother.
Yeah. So I heard I was enjoying the conversation until I heard Terry, you and Terry talking about what Samuel 12 said, and Money Captain were backing him about giving current back to Ivory Coast or selling current
2 hours
back.
that I only one thing you get.
No. I got a couple of them. I just pick up that one because this is a credible station, and so I mean sometimes when we put on stuff that sometimes we don't have the.
Those are credible information. Only the one thing you want to push back on because you don't.
We talk about legislature we talk about legislature is important in our society, so we have to correct some of these things so people understand. Even though.
What's your correction, Carter? Remember now.
So when Samuel are talking.
I want you to understand. Terry and myself running the show tonight. You come here with CDC Tabata business, it's not going to go well with you. So go ahead, make a point.
Yeah. Okay, so when they spoke about giving oracles or selling current to oracles, I mean they were not giving oracle to get physical cash. So it's like I don't know if Terry knew about this solar system program like in America where they put the panel on your roof, you generate so much current. If you don't use all that current in a month time, what a good name. Well, I don't know what kind of supplier guy your era. For me, is you are will deduct certain amount of money from the money you pay them. It will be credited to you. So if you're supposed to pay $20, at the end of the month, and you generate so much current, would take that, would store that current and give it to somebody else, and it would deduct at least. They will save you $15, so you only have to pay $5 to them. So that's what he was trying to say. And they were giving physical cash. So we generate more current during the rainy season. I come in now, we generate more current during the rainy season, and the current is not used. So it goes back to Ivory Coast. So if we were supposed to pay Ivory Coast $10 million, we'll probably get Ivory Coast $6 or $7 million for that period, because the amount of current that we didn't use, Ivory Coast, we gave it back to Ivory Coast. So Ivory Coast deduct that money from the monthly money so to pay them. I think that's what he was referring to, but maybe he didn't explain it that well. That's how you have the money captain have to come and explain it to the Liberian people, because they didn't know that Liberia, we ain't got current all over, but we selling current to Ivory Coast. That's not the case. Energy is not destroyed. Can
you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Okay. Your CDC is still on in the wilderness. Long
The line is going in and out.
Okay. Your CDC, you will be in opposition for almost 50 years. You will be in opposition for almost 50 years. All the thing we
don't make Keto jump for in our phone.
You see that one there? That because they say it's what multi-captain were backing. What's about the one they John Molu talk about Samuel 12 calling him? You don't care to make that one. You don't care to make comment on that one.
Well, I listened to John Molu to tear on Spoon. John Molu even was very critical of his own.
I agree. Forget that side.
So talk about the negative things about his incoming administration, and then we forget it.
No,
but we will talk about the one that
you got nothing to do with it. You just leave it with us. Let's talk.
No. That's what you can't do. You can't rescue every situation in Liberia.
Let's talk
so is it that your own man sitting out on your show
and get $30 million? Talk about that one.
Yes, your own man sitting on your show does not have the confidence in his president-elect in the first 100 days as to what he's gonna do, if he's capable of even producing or
unlike you people that you see everything and your team say even though
the line is so bad, brother. Too, I don't know what's going on.
Of course,
the line
bad. When it comes to that one, the line will be bad. But the point that I'm making is this.
Brother, can you fix the line, because I can't hear you well. Can you fix the line and call me back?
All right. No, you call back then. All right. And you see it? When you were talking, giving explanation about Samuel 12, the line was not bad. But once I start questioning it, the line's bad. I CDC for you.
Yeah, you see, sometimes, Keto, we ask this question not because we don't know and have confidence in our leader, but we ask these questions for the audience. There are times we ask certain questions for the audience. We don't want to be domineering on the show and be talking, Ambassador Burger going to do that, Ambassador Burger going to do that. We hope we all believe and have faith. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Did you call earlier want to make a comment? Yeah. Did you call earlier?
Let me call back when I reach home.
Okay, all right.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Hello, President Dennis. Good evening. You want to make contribution on LPR?
Yes, Merry Christmas to you and your platform guests. I think you know one person there tonight.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Thank you. Hold on 1 minute. Are you there? Okay, hold on 1 minute. Okay. All right, Mr. President, go ahead. That's President Gideon Dennis. Former President Gideon Dennis. I gotta get used to that. Go ahead, Mr. President. Mr. President,
I think he's driving.
You're talking to Keta.
Okay, yeah. What president? My fault. We don't get in Connecticut, President, but please.
Hello?
Yeah, President Dennis. We don't get that way.
Yeah, we got disconnected.
Sorry. CDC. Your CDC. Not you, Mr. Dennis.
Okay.
There's another guy I was talking to. We don't cut your CDC. You will not smell the presidency again for 50 years.
I'm former president. I'm former president of Connecticut. So when you say Mr. President, I'm thinking which one. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, but anyway, there's so many presidents here in America. Yeah, that's the problem with us.
I know, right?
Yeah. But anyway, Mr. Toh, I've been listening to you guys, and I like your discussion. The only thing I pick up from, I pick up a lot of things, but what I was thinking about is the formation. Like some of you were saying that they were appointing people, and then they maybe might see their names in the newspaper or hear it on different platforms that they were appointed, and they was not told. As a government, you need to talk to those that you want to appoint into your government. You can't just put their name up there, especially when you appoint somebody and the person declined that position. Is not a good thing for the government. You have to negotiate to know who you want to bring in, whether the person will accept it or not. So that's one of the things I was thinking about, because even if you're running to take a position, you have to get something that you will carry along. You will not wait when you win before you start forming your government. You will form your government before winning. It means that you have material that you want to present to the Liberian people. But when you win and then you start looking, then it's a big setback for any government. So I think they have to go back to the drawing board ASAP, because it's just on the 22nd, and we'll be expecting them to have a complete government. Even if it is not complete, but at least 80% of the government, of the cabinet, they're supposed to know their position before that inauguration.
Mr. Dennis, the list we're talking about, that's for the transitional team.
And I understand the transition team, that's the list that they are sending to the president.
Right. Okay.
So before they send the name to the president, they're supposed to talk to these people and tell them, say, look, this is what we want for you to do. Let the person accept the position before you can be able to put it on the list and send it to the president.
I agree. That makes sense.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That makes sense. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm listening.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Okay. So, World Country, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me, Claire?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hope my line not bad, right?
Okay. So yeah. So these are early dysfunctional activities within the Unity Party. There will be exhibited
I know you were going to say
in the Unity Party administration.
Wait a minute. Before you...
Mr. Toro, the liberal, hold on. Why would you want to...
No. Before you left, you told me, before you said my line was bad, I was asking you, the comment before you start diagnosing the disease with Unity Party and Ambassador Baga led government, all I go wish you I'm not too sure what medical criteria you have or what medical credential you have to diagnose who have a disease and whatever, but that's fine. That's why you're very good at sedition. You're very good at that. But let me ask you this. They said Samuel called and said, told John Monroe, don't wish hunt me. I can tell you who to call that will give you $30 million. If Samuel got that kind of money, how come they're not paying how come they didn't pay the worker for Christmas and New Year? And CDC, man.
Well, your question, your line is kind of a fluctuate, going in and out. I can't understand your question very well. No, I can.
Get the new movie loud.
I cannot. I think maybe if Terry can ask that question or reading that question, no, understand it well, but I can't hear you too well because it's going in and out.
Only the labor know how to ask that question to you, my man.
Oh, now I can hear you. So read the question. Me, restate your question. I mean,
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me take my time.
Take your time.
John Monroe said Samuel to call him and said, don't come wish hunting me. but I can tell you where to find $30 million. And I'm not even going to go to the other stuff because I want to find that other thing, and I'm not even going to touch that. If Samuel Tua know where to find $30 million, why they were not able to pay Liberian workers for Christmas and New Year?
Well, John Molu can say, John Molu, I think it's an accusation.
There we go.
I wish we would get the South Summer Tour, the South Summer Tour to see what John Molu is saying is actually true. Because today on Spoon, John Molu said a lot of stuff about his own transition, which of course he part of.
We don't want to discuss that part. That one that leaves.
Yeah, but you can't restrict me on what to say now.
So
you cannot. The labor. Just how you conservative on some things that you have control over. That's how I have control over how I can answer your question, right? Okay, until somebody to come and give us out the story.
Can you hear me? My phone is bad right now. Can you hear me?
Your phone actually is not. You see that.
Somebody is even correcting you.
Somebody's I heard of now when we're talking.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Yeah, right. You see. Liberal will still put it out there. The 4 year off. The dysfunction in the Unity Party at this point, where they cannot even structure a transitional team properly, where people from the transitional team that they trust, the likes of John Molu, will come openly and criticize the process from the Unity standpoint. This to show you the early dysfunction. And I think, like Mr. Dennis said, President,
it's not dysfunction, it's transparency.
I think the Unity Party should do better to start putting her team together, her government together, informing people, holding consultation with people that they want to appoint as ministers or in whatever position, consult them, let them agree, let them find those guys are capable, competent enough. Because I wanted to see the beat on CDC for not bringing competent people into the government. So they have to do due diligence in the process, or else they're going to be a big flat. Okay. And I think that the way we.
Can you hear me? You will agree with me.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
When it comes to transparency, that what John Molu put out tonight. When it comes to transparency, this Honorable Ambassador Baka government, incoming government, is much 100% better than your outgoing CDC government. Will you agree?
Oh,
the phone back. The phone coming down, Terry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I think
he's using internet to call.
All right. You're not going to answer my question anyway. Okay, thank you very much, Carter. Thank you for calling. We appreciate it. But Carter, let me ask you this.
I would like to do.
Let me ask you this. What's going on?
I would like to interact, but the line is kind of terrible. I don't know why.
I know that.
But maybe you're using the internet to call. You want to, maybe if you use your own line.
Oh, Aaron, I guess Aaron is a little bit busy. I mean, maybe he busy with work, with different things in his life. He got stuff going on. And again, yeah, Aaron is okay. And I myself I should have gone solo, be quiet, because like I said, we suffer a defeat that we're not expecting. And so we want to give this administration a chance to set.
I'm surprised CDC being truthful tonight. Okay, thank you. Let's keep it like that.
And they happy. I will not sit there and.
Okay.
Mr. Toro,
yes.
Your line is actually thin. You gotta move it around. Your line is thin for real.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Like you far from your phone, something like that. But I think the other speaker was right. Your line is thin. Maybe other people might get it clear, but not me too.
All right.
I will still be listening because I can't understand that. I'll just listen to the program.
Okay, I think I should be audible enough. Okay, all right. Okay. So I should be audible enough now. Okay, let's go ahead. All right, folks. Samson, Terry, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. What do you make of this exchange here? Because we'll soon be closing up here. What, Mr. George? I was looking at Mr. George who was watching us earlier, but I think he's gone. What do you make of it?
Well, obviously, we don't. I know Keto is going to say what he's able to say, and all of that, and we try to show our level of transparency by bringing our discussion to the media. Unfortunately for the CDC, they don't discuss anything.
No.
They don't let the public know what's going on with them, and that is the reason why they have a lot of flaws, because there were some things that they had the ability to debunk. Like tonight, there were many things that were discussed on the platform there that we, the Liberian people, got to know about, and there were some things that we also got to trash out. So that is what you do as a responsible government. Every government have mistakes. Every government will make error. But the ability to be transparent with the Liberian people, to tell the Liberian people that,
this
look,
is the hallmark of Ambassador Barker, good leadership.
yeah, this is what we're doing.
CDC.
Unlike CDC, they will not tell you anything. So as a result, they allow the public to speculate.
And then they come on here. They come on this platform, put their foot in their mouth as usual condition.
And the anger, that is why the anger is too much in the people in the country, because you leave the people to speculate. So as a result, the people build the frustration, and the anger builds up in them, and it become an outburst. But when
on a very serious note, this is exactly what John Monroe is saying. They got to have a media practitioner. And this is what Mr. So, did I call his name? Oh my God. This is what who been saying here. That
that's true.
To have media practitioners that will come and give information.
But Charles Snyder is a professional media practitioner. Charles Snyder.
So why is these people not talking?
That's my thing. I can't understand why. Even that meeting they had in Rhode Island, Charles Snyder could have carried that meeting live. The man, I've been knowing Charles Snyder. Charles Snyder, a wife or a family home is right adjacent our family home in Logantown. His wife, Mr. Sewell Snyder. I know the whole family. We were like family friends. I grew up in the yard, so almost like growing up in one another. So he's a professional journalist. Everybody know him. So I'm surprised that even if we had to talk about this thing on our platform before later on they start showing clearer picture of Ambassador Barker and clearer video to the VOA. Otherwise, maybe we wouldn't have seen anything on the old man. All right. Charles Snyder is a professional journalist. So I don't know why they can't guide the process. But anyway, I sure things will get better. The only thing I'm happy for is the level of transparency, the level of the media being able to probe into what is happening and to discuss it, which is healthy for our society. We can see our mistakes, we can learn from it, we can improve. Once we have good people on the team, that means that we fail to see a new Liberia emerging from the dust. So I would say, for me, it's an applause to Ambassador Barker and the Unity Party for them coming out tonight with all anger, with all addressing the issue with violence. They were able to address the issue with calm, and they handled it properly. And the mistakes can be rectified. That's what I see.
Okay. I know it's holiday, Terry, so I think we better bring the show to an end here.
Yeah, sure.
I think we'll be back again with Mr. So tomorrow. What will be your closing? If you have any other thing you want to bring in.
Yeah, well, my closing have to do with, I also want to extend my heartfelt condolences to the family of the late guy who died from the LRA. You know, Mr. Nah.
Before that, what do you know about this accident that happened in Total Star area today? They talked about.
Yeah, well, the accident was very tedious. I really did not follow, but I saw the video. The tanker, I know there was a gas tanker,
right,
that cleared people up and exploded and left people dead. And I think
my understanding is those people were going to siphon out, skiing the gasoline that was spilling. They tried to put them. Is that what was happening?
I really did not follow. I really don't have any, to be honest with you, any understanding of what happened.
Dr. Toto is from that town.
Yeah,
so I hope to relate with him later and see.
But I just saw it. But also, I wanted to highlight something that I missed, but we'll talk about that later on. The Fanatic Kofa addressing Buffer Chimos today was a high breaking news. And I know that he's your man, but
I already got that cover. I'm waiting to carry that on Thursday.
And I was surprised you didn't bring it up, but so as I say, you didn't bring it up. Let me just leave it there. But I think it made headline today. Fanatic Kofa, he's a smart guy. Obviously, taking the position of a guy that you work under, there's going to be a risk. You know, especially the man already losing. He lost already in the elections. So you saw the opportunity, you decided to go for it. So obviously you would think that you set him up.
Yeah. So you saw how Fanatic Kofa was smart. He tear all the men supposition, he tore them apart completely.
Yeah, he did that. He weakened him automatically, and he even opened the lines, allowed people to call in. I was shocked because I never see Fanatic Kofa openly display himself like that. And
we will display those videos here on Thursday. And I will tell you why Fanatic Kofa will be the next speaker of the Republic of Liberia. Definitely.
Yeah. So I want to leave it there because I don't want to go into your juice, into your mindset, because in as much as I support Ambassador the Unity Party candidate, but to be very honest with you, the reason why I don't press you much on Fanatic Kofa is because I don't know this guy that we are supporting as the candidate. I don't like to support somebody because the man is part of the party. I have to know you. I have to know you. I have to be abreast. I have to be spiritually informed about who you are. All right. For Fanatic Kofa, we have been hearing about him. I've been seeing him. I have seen his weakness and I have seen his strength. But the other guy that is for the Unity Party, I don't know him at all. So yeah, I don't know him. So
we will deal with that.
There are a lot of stories about him that do not seem favorable. So I don't want to put myself on the line that tomorrow somebody will say, "Oh, but ain't you the one recommended the man?" and blah 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 and blah blah blah. I don't like to build my judgment on that. I like to build my judgment on facts, information, and divine spiritual influence. So. But however, it was a good show. Thank you for that tonight.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much for coming in. Okay. Again, folks, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in to Liberian Public Radio. We say thank you. We appreciate it. And all of you that have been watching, thank you. Happy holiday. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. Please let us continue to pray for one another. Next year, we will be here again and do different things differently from time to time. I'm hoping that by next year, I will be able to have my own program again, which I've already had. But I mean, a program that will be specifically targeted towards engineering and the engineering process in terms of infrastructure building in Liberia. So we will be on it. But I want to thank all of you that continue to tune into Liberian Public Radio. You've been a wonderful, 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 wonderful inspiration to all of us. Thank you, and we'll say good night to all of you.
playing you, Siliba. I don't see you, so I beg your help. Oh, shall I know where I pay you? I beg your bed, no matter where I pay you. I beg your potato, where I pay you. I am a to come here where I pay you. Where I pay you. You can go there where I pay you. Oh, Danita. Yes, I see the wild. And the wild, where are the wild? I mean, I must have been here where are the wild. Not another cry, you says it away out.